So, I'm saying the two words I thought even a month ago I'd never say. I am back. Yes, I'm back with the channel. Finally. By the time you see this, or shortly after, I'll have posted my first video of the trip I took to Ivinghoe Beacon with Moley Camping Rules OK, which was back in September, 3 weeks after John died. It's emotional but also weird because editing it, I could see that I was still in shock, still in denial. It was like almost like a normal video, but there is that sort of poignant thing. And then we should have the next video I did, which is with Paul and the Outdoors, when we went to the Shrophire Hills. I also have several lost videos which I've totally forgot about, a Ham Lands BBQ, and also I'd forgotten I hadn't edited the Box Hill video I did with Paul, which was only 13 days before John died. I've got my DIY Caldera Cone video to edit, and then there's a Thames Path part 2 to edit, and I've already started editing the Scotland video, sort of extended director's cuts of my videos, and a few extra bonus content as well. Quite a few things to come for this channel. The Scotland video will be initially, the first 2 days will be a members only video. Yes, something new for the channel. I've got memberships, not very cheap, it's like a couple of quid. You'll get access to the first cuts of videos. What happens with my process is I quite often have a longer video, sort of a first cut, a director's cut in a way, and then I have to make the horrible thing of taking out all the extra stuff. If you sign up to be a member, you will get to see the director's cut of the Scotland stuff and probably the Thames Path stuff, and an extra video of me galloping around the dunes in Maspalamus. I think I'm going to make that members only as well, and so you'll get extra little bits like that, sort of extended cuts. Don't worry, the main channel will get to see these Scotland videos last, hopefully before May, before a year has passed. You'll get to see the Scotland videos, but kind of like daily sort of shorter versions, because at the moment day 1 and 2 are an hour and that's way too long. We've got a lot of content. I'm going out on new trips later in the year, and also I'm actually going out on a hike with Moley tomorrow, and I'm planning trips for spring when the weather gets a bit warmer. I did think about whether I wanted to do camping in the snow and the cold, and given my state of mind and given I had all this backlog to work on anyway, I thought, well, I may as well sort of sort that out while the weather is persisting it down. Or it's quite nice today, quite cold. It's only very recently I've fallen back into love of editing again. It actually happened by accident. I was editing a mashup video on my secret channel. I realised I actually liked editing again. Before, I was killing myself trying to meet certain timescales, running after the algorithm, and running after an audience that really didn't care. There's the positive side, which is the wonderful people like, I think it's Mike Bugookie, sending me money every month, and there's someone else as well. I'm very bad at remembering names, but thank you to the people who tipped as well on the John video where I talked about the fact he died. That's the positive side, and the nice comments and the people who comment on the Cecile, who's been watching through all the Thames Path videos. That I love. But on the other side was the fact that even in the middle of my grief, I was getting these sort of, you are an idiot, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, oh, these sort of nasty comments on the titanium scan video and the flex, I can't remember, is it flex tail or flex gear, whatever, pump video, you know, and I got called names, and it's just like, that stuff maybe not want to come back to YouTube. It's the internet, people can be dicks, but that's not the community I want here. The community I want here is the people who are happy that I'm a queer hiker, I'm an autistic hiker, I'm a non-binary hiker, I'm who I am, I'm Tim, who want to know about me and my travels. That's who I want. Even if it's like 100 views, 1,000 views, I'd much rather have a video that has 1,000 views and everybody watching it wants to watch it and are supportive or interested, rather than 30,000 views on a video where a lot of the people are just telling me I'm an idiot. And that's something I learned from when John died, because I used to edit the videos so kind of brutally that I took out anything that wasn't hiking, it wasn't art related, and it wasn't gear related. And you know, I left some in some of the, you know, the peak collab videos, but you know, a lot of the stuff, times where I talked about John or my life, I was like, is anyone interested? And given the state of the world, especially as someone who's non-binary, now part of the trans community, that's something I've realised fairly recently, and just before John died, as I'm non-binary, as well as all the other stuff, autistic, and yeah, there's just add loads of labels of that get attacked in this modern world. I was rather reticent to put a target on my back, and people have told me, oh well, why didn't you feel comfortable? Well, it's because I follow trans creators who get all of this crap all the time, and I didn't want to be the queer hiker. I did not want to be the trans, non-binary, the autistic hiker. You know, they are part of who I am. I was not like, oh, that's my identity. I want to be the art hiker or the hard up hiker. You know, but in that, I think I edited myself out of my own videos. So, in a weird way. So the new videos are going to be much more conversational. And if there's stuff that is not related to hiking that I want to leave in, I'm going to leave it in. And if people moan about, oh, this could be said in 3 minutes, 2 minutes, as they have done on this channel, well, you can piss off to TikTok, you can piss off to Red Note, you know, if it's not been banned in your country, you know, go there, you know, because if you don't have that patience to watch a video because it happens to be half an hour, 20 minutes, 25 minutes long, this isn't the platform for you, this isn't the channel for you. Whereas I want to show my trips, I want to show what I'm doing, I want to show my projects, I want to show me as well, though, because I want to be more open and more honest with you guys and girls and anyone in between. I want you to know who I am. So there is a bit of a change with that. Maybe not so much with the long trip videos, which are more about Thames Path or Scotland, although if there's any reference to John, he'll stay in, and you'll have seen the dedication to John at the start of the video. That will happen on all videos from now on, and he's always going to be there. I'm going to focus on doing stuff I enjoy, showing it to you, and hopefully that comes across, because I think I just made it kind of into a job for myself. I made it more torturous than it needed to be. Well, what's happened? What's happened in the last over 5 months? My dad got a cancer diagnosis just after the funeral. The flat got flooded by my neighbour upstairs. Battles with pension companies, battles with the bank, battles over probate. Thankfully we had a will. I usually say, if I'd had a dog, the dog would have been taking out life insurance at that point. It was just ridiculous. My life just went completely off the rails for a couple of months. And that's partly why it's taken so long to get back to the channel. Because it's been hard and I miss him terribly. And you don't just get over 27 years overnight. And you can never really get over it anyway. Anybody who's been through grief would know this, that someone likened it to a hole. It's like a hole in your life, and you just learn not to fall into it so often. The idea that it comes in waves, grief comes in waves, but it's still, when it hits, it still hits. The intensity doesn't go away, you just learn to kind of navigate around it more. And that's what I found when I actually edit them, and I'm like, really, Tim, really? Haven't we got that past this? But no. When it happens, you fall down the hole to the depth, or the wave is as high as it was, maybe a little bit less higher, maybe a little less deeper, but as much as it was in the first week. And that's what made the video with Moley, the Ivinghoe Beacon, very interesting, because I can see that I wanted normalcy, and I wanted to be like, okay, well, this is how I am on a video, and I needed that, but also I can see how much I haven't processed what's going on, and I haven't really dealt with it yet. That came later. And you'll see that in the future videos after that yeah, it was not so easy. One of the things was my dad's cancer diagnosis, which it completely threw me for a loop. I think I was coping fairly well up to that point, and then you know, and from then on it all just hit like a big wave. It's been hard and it's been difficult, and it's been some very dark times, and as I say, those are not going to necessarily just go away, but it's time to come back and be involved again a bit more in the world. I can't just hide in the flat forever. So anyway, I'll speak to you soon.